Hi Year 4. So we're looking at this beautiful text, this topic, as is the whole school. So as well as this video, you might find some really good videos from other members of staff, other teachers across the school. Maybe teachers who normally teach older children, maybe teachers who normally teach younger children. They'll all be working on this book or similar ones, so you might find really useful things on other playlists on YouTube as well. But our Year 4 skill connected to reading this text is to see if we can make connections with other similar text. Now, in order to make connections between one book and another, you have to sort of understand the main theme of the book you're looking at to see how it can link to other themes in other books. Or you need to look at the individual characters and work out how those characters remind you of characters in other books. So let's have a little reminder about what this one is about. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy, and he introduces it with 4 beautiful pages where he describes why he's writing the book and what he thinks it's about. And he says it's mainly about 4 characters, a boy, a mole, a fox and a horse. But then he says he thinks you'll see more things than he does. And I think that's suggesting that he is happy for you to read this book in any way that you like, to see whatever you want to from it. You might just see it as this fun story about 4 little characters making friends with each other, or you might see it as a bit deeper than that, that it's sort of telling us things about life and telling us things about bravery and troubled times and storms. And I think you'll probably work out quite quickly after reading this book why we've chosen it for this topic. I think it's got some really lovely messages about how you can feel alone sometimes, or you can feel scared sometimes, or worried about the future. All feelings that we're all feeling right now, occasionally, when we think about what's going on in the world. But this book is a chance to think how we can resolve those worries or concerns, how we can look to our friends to help us, or how we can remember times when we were strong, how we can think about opportunities to make the best of things. So for me, that's what a lot of the themes of this book are about. There's definitely animal characters in it. There's definitely one human character in it. There's definitely cake in it. Mrs. Thompson loves this book. So there's lots of things that you might find in this book that are similar to other books that you know and love. So I'm going to set you a little challenge. I want you to pause this video and I want you to go around your house looking for any books that you think are connected to this in any way. Maybe they're about animals, these other books you're looking for. Maybe they're about friendship. Maybe they're about challenging times that people can get through together. So here's your mission. I want you to spend 10 minutes looking around your bookshelves. If you've got brothers and sisters, ask very politely if you can look at the books they've got on their bookshelves, and come back and join me in 10 minutes' time. I'm off to look for mine as well. Hi again, Year 4. Now, I hope you managed to find lots of books around your house. I have to say, I've failed miserably because all of my good books are at school and I'm currently at home right now, but I've remembered a couple that I know are in my classroom right now, and I found one which definitely connects to this book. So, Winnie the Pooh, favourite all-time book. I think there are so many connections to be made between Winnie the Pooh and our text for this topic. It's about a little group of animals that are all friends with each other. It's about little adventures that they go on, but it's also, I think, got a deeper theme in Winnie the Pooh. Sometimes people laugh at me when I talk about this, but I'm pretty much Piglet, I think. A lot of the time, I'm quite scared of things. I'm quite worried about making mistakes. I'm quite worried that I'm getting things wrong and I'm getting a bit lost. And then sometimes I'm like Pooh. And I'm a lot more kind of relaxed about things and think, well, you know, can't always get things right, but that doesn't really matter. There's more important things to worry about. Sometimes I'm like Tigger. I'll come leaping into the classroom, annoying Miss Dixon with a ridiculous idea I've got. And then a lot of the times I'm like Eeyore, just so fed up with things, so grumpy about stuff. And I think in the way that I can identify with these characters, I can definitely identify with these characters too. So the fox is a little bit quiet and wary. That's how Charlie Mackesy describes him, because sad things have happened to him. And I know we can all identify with sometimes just feeling that we need to be quiet and not speak because we're angry or we're upset or something is bothering us. And the horse is this really lovely, strong character who just has an answer for everything. And I want to be the horse when I grow up. I think he's got some really great qualities that we'd all admire. And I think the mole, sometimes he feels like he's not being paid much attention to because he's just small. And sometimes he's a little bit frivolous, which is a great word of meaning that you don't take things too seriously. He just says that cake is the answer. But that's actually quite clever, really, because cake means comfort sometimes. Not if you have too much, that can be very uncomfortable. But things that soothe you and things that make you feel better. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time seeing if I can find any quotes from this text and quotes from this text that I think link together really well. And I want you to do exactly the same. I want you to choose one of the books you found, the one you think's got the most connection to our text, and put little sticky notes or post-it notes or scraps of paper in the pages where you think you can find a quote that matches one in the other text. Okay, happy with that mission? Right, see you in a bit. Pause this video. Welcome back. Hope you managed to find some matching quotes in your two texts. Here's what I found. So first of all, I went to the section of Winnie the Pooh where Piglet meets a Heffalump. Now, if you know this story, Piglet gets very, very scared of this possibility that there is this scary monster called a Heffalump, and that he might have trapped one, and that he might have to go and investigate it, and he gets himself into a bit of a state over it. And he wakes up and he says that he didn't feel very brave. The word jiggetting around in his brain was Heffalumps. What was a Heffalump like? Was it fierce? Did it come when you whistled? Was it fond of piglets at all? So a scary part for little Piglet there, and I thought that linked quite well with this part of Charlie Mackesy's book. What is that over there? Said the boy. It's the wild, said the mole. Don't fear it. Imagine how we would be if we were less afraid. Now, I almost wish the mole could kind of jump magically into Piglet's story and tell him that you don't need to be afraid of things that are out there, things that are in the wild, things that you haven't met yet. You don't need to be scared of them. So I thought they were a link in the way that characters react to something. Piglet may be overreacting, and the mole perhaps being a bit more calm about things. So that's one link I found. And then I found a really sweet bit during the expedition to the North Pole where Eeyore's tails come off and Christopher Robin dries it with a handkerchief and gives it back to him. Thank you, Christopher Robin. You're the only one who seems to understand about tails. They don't think. That's what's the matter with some of those others. So Eeyore having a bit of a grump because he feels that people don't care about him and that he's the only one that's worrying about his tail. And the link I made with our other text is the horse saying, always remember you matter. You're important and you are loved. And you bring to this world things no one else can. Now again, I want the horse to leap magically over to see Eeyore and explain that to him. Because Eeyore was just feeling down in the dumps and the horse had some great words of wisdom about how we're all important and we're all special and we shouldn't feel that we're overlooked by others. So those are the things I found. I'm going to keep on looking and see what else I can come up with, and I'd like you to do just that, please. You can start with 2 books and you could add another book in. There's 2 other really great texts that I am going to see if I can get one of the teachers to grab from school and read out for us. There's one called The Fox by Margaret Wilde. And Year 4s, you hopefully can remember reading that in Year 3. It's all about a fox and a bird, and then a character, the dog character, who's not such a friend. Now I think that would link really well. And also there is a beautiful story that the reception children are working on this term, and Mrs. Jabaro is going to be reading that out, and it's called The Rabbit Listened. And that has so many links to our text. It's a beautiful book, so I definitely recommend that you check out those 2 videos as well. I hope you have fun comparing our text to your other books that you've found, and it might start you to really help to understand the story by comparing it to others. Right, have fun, book hunters. Bye for now.